Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Today is Sunday, what day is actually? 13th of June. And it's bright blue skies, it's lovely and warm. We're going to go and row up some grass that we're making to hay. Tractor's just filling up with fuel. As you can see, got the rake on. There's a Pottinger twin rotor rake. We'll look at it a bit more when we get up to the field. Gus is there running around, so we'll take him as well. Got the drone, got everything we need. We'll go and find some grass. So we are on the lanes on the way up to some of our furthest away ground where we made some of the silage in the last couple of videos. And just as luck would have it, on a Sunday morning, the two fields we've got to row up could not be further apart from each other. These twin rotor rakes with the steering axle like this one has are good fun on the road. Because for those of you that aren't familiar with steering axles, especially on things like a rake, they're quite sensitive. If I was to turn left with the tractor, the first thing that the steering axle wants to do is turn right to try and make it like an arc. It wants to follow you exactly. So you've got to be careful, because I'm only just inside the width of the hedge in some places. You don't want to make any sudden turns, because all you do is put the rake up the hedge, and that could end badly. Right, we have arrived. We actually got some people here with their metal detectors looking around today. I'm sure there's a proper word for it. I can't think what it is. I wonder whether they'll find anything interesting. We're going to scoot over this field. So this field we cut for silage. Scoot over into the one below, which we've left for hay because it was a bit poorer quality grass and it's all gone to head. And we make hay anyway to feed the dry cows when they come in. Right, so we just unfolded the rake. I'm just going to set him up in a minute and get him at the right width and that. It's going to look a bit stupid because I'm not going to be rowing up with both rotors at the same time, just because it makes too big a row for our baler. So we're going to have sort of one and maybe half, or one and a little bit of a rotor going. So here's the field. This is the grass. So yeah, it's had quite a few days down, but it's not been great haymaking weather. We've had nice sun like this for the last 2 days, which has really sort of made it proper. And so I'm going to put it in rows today, and then tomorrow John will come and bale it. And I mean, it would bale today really, but he's busy with some cattle at the moment, so we'll get to it, I think. So I'm just trying to get a feel here for how wide I want to make the rows. Me and John were discussing earlier, it'd be handy if we had some form of a crimper on the front of the tractor. That way we could make a double row and he could crimp it so it goes underneath the tractor alright. Because what we're worried about is it all getting wrapped up underneath the tractor, because hay's so light and fluffy, you make a nice row, it all sits up really high. But I think what we're doing here will be fine. I think that'll fit under the tractor absolutely fine. I'm sort of taking one rotor width that side and just very slightly tickling the bit that I haven't done this side on the other side, just so it moves it. But really the other rotor is running in the empty space, if you guys can see, running in this empty bit, but just tickling it in the middle so it moves it, because that's what we want to do. We want to move it so that it dries underneath. I'm sure if they're too big I'll hear about it anyway. John will be after me, but I can't really make them any smaller. I'm only taking one rotor width. I'm tempted to just keep going round and round as well, because it's less lifting up of the machine. Oh, wet spot. Thank you for all the comments on the most recent video. So as I'm working today, the John Deere 8100i forage harvester video has just gone live. Thank you for all the comments. I really enjoy reading them and I try and respond to them all, so if you want to leave me a comment, I'll try and get back to you. I wonder what John will think of just going round and round. I don't think he'll mind. Another nice thing about running the rake on this tractor is being able to stop on your foot brake. So when you come in and out of a row, you can just ease yourself on your brake to lift it up without either dragging half of your next row in or you know, hitting the road that you're trying to get out of the way of. Makes a nice job. I've also conceded defeat with going around and around and around. I thought, I don't really want to feel the wrath of John. Commit the cardinal sin of driving over the roads. Get yourself back round. On the foot brake. And we're off. Just like that. Right, one row left. We might be able to get it all in one swipe if we're greedy. One little row ain't gonna hurt. That one down. And that one down. Oh, we're gonna miss it. No. Get it. We've left the tiniest little snake. Not anything to worry about. Right, to fold this thing up and unfold it, got this little box with a magnet on the back, and you basically got the middle setting is so when I pull the rotor, pull the joystick, both arms go up and down. If you want the left one to go up and down independently, you put it to the left. If you want the right one, you do the right. It's also got a button on the top, so when you want to unfold the rake to start with, or fold them up like we are now, you won't go all the way, it gets to a point and he locks. So what you've got to do is, if I put him back in the middle, let him down a bit, hold the said button, and then pull him up, and that releases a pin to allow you to lift him all the way up. See, now I've let go of that, he won't do it. You've got to hold that, put him up, and then there's a crook on the top. He crooks in, you let him out to pull him tight, and then you can lower the arms all the way down so that we're low enough on the road and they tuck in like that. And then you leave that one until you get to your next field. Now I don't know about everyone else, but I always put the power shaft in neutral when transporting this on the road, just so that if you ever grab a tree branch or grab the hedge or something, the rotors are free to spin instead of just grabbing and pulling. You ain't going to do any damage to them that way, but got through that one alright. Right, so we're just on the outside round, spin around once. You can see there's a big piece along the bottom there I've left for the cows. It's all under the tree, so it doesn't dry as quick as the middle anyway, so it would take longer to make. It's just been a pain, so I've left that bit, and I've also left, there's a square, there's a bit of a corner piece at the other end of the field. It's quite rough, got a few rushes in it. Somewhere in the field there's a manhole, but I think that's up in that corner as well. I did get out on it when I mowed it. So we've avoided that. The cows can graze over that bit, they'll be quite happy. Right, my GoPro's trying to annoy me and won't turn on, but got it sorted now. So here we are in the row of grass. You can see in this field compared to the last one, there's a lot more bits like this with a bit of green in them still. So they're green, but they're dry, so that's absolutely fine to bale for hay. The problem you can get with hay, if you bale it when there's still sap in it and it's a bit damp, and then you pick it up and store it in a shed, the damp bits can heat up, and then the damp bits get hot, the dry bits catch fire, hell of a mess. So you want to make sure when you bale hay, you either bale it really dry, or you bale it, and if it's slightly damp or you've got a bit of a question mark over some bits, you just leave them in the field and let them make in the bale. So that's what we'll do. We'll leave these bales in the field for a couple of days to make, especially up there where it's been in the shade under the trees. There are still some bits of green. Won't hurt leaving them out for a day or two. It's going to be dry anyway. So yeah, you can see the grass is growing underneath. Really nice and green again already, so that's fine for the cows when they want to come back in here grazing. They've got that field next door, they can graze as well. There's the machine, she looks pretty. It is a fairly big rake on the back, it makes a proper nice row when he's set out wide for the forager. Tractor needs a wash. Dog's out having a run. It is blimmin' hot though. So I'm going to get back in my aircon cap. Might even chuck the drone up.
I could go 1,000 miles as long as I
rows are massive. John, I'm not trying to stitch you up with big rows. It's just a lot of grass here. Right, ladies and gents, we are all done with the raking. Just heading back to the yard now. Got to go quite a long way round. From where we were, the yard is only half a mile that way, but we've got to go sort of 25 minutes round a main road to get in there. Because the little narrow bridge that has been hit by the lorry that they're rebuilding exactly how it was is closed. Not that I can get across that one anyway, but I think they just need a bit of common sense. Tiny little narrow bridge that keeps getting hit by vans and lorries when the main roads are shut. Why not just build a slightly wider bridge? Oh, there she is, all safe and sound back home. Just made it back as well. She does look good on the back of that tractor, that is for sure. Anyway, see the yard's full of haymaking gear, got the tedder on there. John's got his baler all hooked up, ready to go on Monday, on tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go watch England play football. Hopefully we get a good result. If you haven't already, then please think about giving the video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. That would really help me out. You can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. All of it will be in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys on a video very soon. Cheerio.